is a new endeavor called Wrasslin Talk. It's a Wrasslin Talk, Wrasslin Chat, excuse me, with the Pepper Krewe. And I know that this is a new endeavor, and some of y'all that are more into watch us eat hot sauces and hot peppers, this might be not be your cup of tea. Not that y'all really wanted to listen to me drink my water like that.
Nobody really wants to.
But we are going to get started here in a second. The whole point of what we're going to be doing is we're going to do a live stream on Friday nights with SmackDown. We're going to try to do a live stream also on Monday nights with Raw. Would like to do eventually a live stream on Wednesdays, but it would have to be late because I work on Wednesday evenings. Would love to be able to cover AEW or NXT, something like that. But the chat is open. Feel free to go ahead and throw anything in the chats that you want. Just make sure you keep it PG. We want to keep it clean. If it's not clean, you will be banned from the chat. That's not a way we really want to go with this. So, as we get ready to get started, this is Wrasslin Chat with the Pepper Krewe. And I'm here with one part of my Pepper Krewe, Jonathan Hot Sauce.
What's up?
And he is here. He is our resident wrestling expert.
I'd say nerd.
Wrestling nerd, excuse me. I can agree with that.
Yep.
At least the nerd part. So we're going to get this started. What we do is, what way we're going to handle this is we're going to kind of review the SmackDown show, and we are going to kind of go step by step, but we're also going to have a friendly competition going on throughout this season. We're going to break this into 3 seasons. Each season lasts about 3 months. And what we're going to do, the Pepper Krewe here, is we're going to keep a running tally. We're going to make our predictions on matches. We're going to make our predictions on matches that are coming up on these episodes. We're going to keep a running tally, a running score. So let's say that we have a match between, like we had here in the beginning, we had a match between Big E and King Corbin. I may pick one to win. He may pick one to win. Whoever, if they pick the winner, they get a point. They can also pick for disqualification, win by disqualification. The caveat to that is that the person that picks somebody to win, if they win, even if they win by disqualification, they still get a point. But if you pick a win by disqualification, you get 2 points. So it's kind of a double or nothing scenario. So when we get to the end of that particular season, whoever has the most points will be placed upon the Wall of Fame back here. We're going to have a plaque. Our names will forever be etched in whatever that stuff is that they use. I don't know if that's brass or what. And the loser, which is most likely going to be this guy over here, he is going to have to take a challenge. And that challenge may be eating 6 wings with a really hot sauce. We as fans of this show can come up with what the punishment is, whether it's for me, whether it's for him. Only thing I ask is that if it is a punishment, make sure it's something that's at least semi-safe for people, and understand that we've got a young man amongst us, and so we may have to tame that challenge down for him, for whoever loses. But if you have any ideas on challenge, who's going to win, what challenge, you can go ahead and make predictions on who's going to win the challenge. Also, why don't y'all try to come up with some ideas for punishments? We might toss some really hot sauce and some wings, and the person has to eat those 6 wings. Might have to eat a pepper of some kind. I don't know. I'm out of ideas on that. But anyway, let's get into the meat of the show.
I can't do peppers.
You can't do peppers. But we'll figure something out. All right, so to get into the beginning of the show, they did a brief tribute to John Huber. If you're a WWE fan, you know him as Luke Harper. If Harper, and if you watch him on AEW or any of his earlier work, he went by the name Brody Lee, and obviously it was a brief tribute because he no longer worked for the company. He was with AEW, so I didn't expect to have a whole lot of bells and whistles pulled out. But all that said, Luke Harper was a monster, but in real life he was also a sweetheart and a really good guy, a really good family man. So rest in peace, Brody, John Huber. May your memory carry on.
You will forever be in our hearts.
All right, so they started off also after that with a recap of Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. A lot of heat that's been built up there over the past couple of weeks. We get to Roman, Jay, and Paul Heyman come out in the ring, start talking a bunch of smack. KO comes out, and he calls out not Roman, but he calls out Jey Uso. Not really sure if that match is going to happen. We know it's going to happen, but we have to wait for that story to develop. And then we get a recap of Big E beating Sami Zayn to claim the Intercontinental title. And so then we come to our first match. It is Big E versus King Corbin. Now, I predicted Big E to win by disqualification. Jonathan, what did you have?
I had him win straight up, but, you know, I was wrong.
Okay, so that was still a point, though, right?
Yeah.
So I got 2 points off of that. Ultimately, what happened was the Knights of the Lone Wolf and Sami Zayn interfered in the match, causing a disqualification. And then they came back and decided to have a match between Sami Zayn and Corbin and Baron Corbin, or King Corbin, I guess.
King Corbin. It is King Corbin.
Whatever.
Applebee's match.
And Apollo Crews and Big E tag team matchup. Now, what did you get on that, Jonathan? What was your prediction?
Apollo and Big E would win.
Okay, and I had picked Sami Zayn and King Corbin to win that one.
And you were wrong.
I was wrong.
You were wrong for that.
So 0 points for me, 1 point for you. At this point, the Pepper Krewe is tied up. But in the match, the reason why it went for Apollo Crews and Big E, Sami Zayn and the Knights of the Lone Wolf were engaged in an argument off scene, causing King Corbin and the Knights to storm off, leaving Sami Zayn by himself, and Crews pins Zayn for the win. All right. So next we get a backstage. KO begs Adam Pearce to get a match with Jey Uso.
And they made it official.
It was official. Like we didn't see that coming. All right. And then we get Crews, Big E, saying that he's going to be a fighting champion, that he was going to make an open call each week. Apollo Crews was very quick to take him up on that for next week, so we're going to see hopefully Big E versus Apollo Crews for Intercontinental Championship next week. And then we get our next match. Riot Squad versus Billy Kay and Tamina. Actually, no, Billy Kay ended up being the manager. It was some weird thing where we thought it was going to be Billy Kay, and then Tamina comes out.
I was confused.
And then Natalya comes out.
And it turns out Billy Kay did not wrestle.
Correct. So, ended up being Tamina and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. I picked Riot Squad. Who did you pick?
Riot Squad.
All right.
You were both right.
We are both correct. We have Liv Morgan pinning Tamina for the win. So 1 point for Big O, 1 point for Hot Sauce.
So right now we're tied.
We're still tied. Next match, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair versus Carmella and Bayley. We had, I thought it was interesting, they had a Mandalorian reference in there. If y'all haven't been paying attention to any of the nerd stuff going on around here, I enjoy the Mandalorian series. But Sasha Banks was in the Mandalorian series, and so they kind of made a reference in there and referred to her wearing her Beskar armor. So kind of had a little nerd out there. Carmella ended up pinning Sasha Banks after Reginald interfered with the match.
Stupid Reginald. I would have won.
You would have won if it wouldn't have been for stupid Reginald, huh?
Yes.
Well, I had picked Carmella and Bayley to win.
Would have won.
So I am now 1 up on Hot Sauce.
You didn't have to do that.
Then we get Street Profits. They come out. They're making their predictions for 2021. We have Robert Roode or Bobby Roode. I prefer to go by Bobby.
It's Robert.
It's Robert.
Get it right.
And Dolph Ziggler interrupt them. They absolutely destroy the Street Profits, breaking chairs, all sorts of stuff all over them. And I guess what they're doing is they're trying to build heat for a potential tag team title matchup. What you think?
Probably. I hope Montez didn't break his leg. That sucked.
Yeah. And then we get Gable coming out as major. Is he Gable now, or is he Chad Gable, or
Chad
what?
Gable.
He's now Chad Gable again.
Yes.
Okay, I'm having trouble keeping up with the names.
Gosh.
Yeah, what do you know? So he comes out. He's the manager for Daniel Bryan and Otis, and I believe Daniel Bryan is trying to prepare for the Royal Rumble. Little comic relief going on there. And Cesaro, they come out to do a tag team match against Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke. And honestly, what I believe that was the match of the night. I thought that ultimately, man, it was just all professional wrestling going on in that ring in that match, and it was really. That was a really entertaining match to watch. If you get a chance, go back and watch that one. Ultimately, Bryan gets Nakamura to tap out on a yes lock. My prediction was Daniel Bryan and Otis.
I got that one right.
So you got one, I got one. And then finally, for the finale, you had Kevin Owens versus Jey Uso. I had a prediction of Kevin Owens by disqualification. What did you have, Hot Sauce?
I had Kevin Owens winning straight up.
Okay.
Straight up.
And we saw in the match, it was kind of a brutal match, and KO ends up beating
Jey Uso straight up.
So I'll take it.
I took that win.
I guess I'll take the L on that. So what happened from there was after the pinfall, we see that KO continues to beat down on Jey Uso for multiple minutes. I guess they had to make it to the end of the show. Roman Reigns makes an appearance and begins to beat the snot out of KO. So they're still building up that heat there, that tension. I'm really not sure where that's going to go. I don't feature that they're going to make KO Universal Champion.
I feel like it's going to be Roman versus Jey. It's going to end up like that because it already looks as if it's going to happen. Like, Roman's not impressed with what Jey Uso's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing rumors out there. And it could be a really terrible rumor. But this figure that we got here on this thing, The Rock, the People's Champion, maybe making an appearance in WrestleMania. And he may be taking over as head of the table.
Yeah, I find
That one's a hard one to believe, but man, with that, and I'm not, man, I'm gonna get in trouble here. I'm not even that big of a rock fan, but wouldn't that bring the house down? It would absolutely bring it down.
It would.
But you may end up just seeing kind of a showdown between the Usos and Roman.
I feel like would make it like hilarious would be the Usos versus Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman.
Well, there's definitely going to be a break between Jay and Roman.
Yeah.
You know, they're building to that. Whether that's going to happen before WrestleMania or leading up to it, I imagine it will. Whether that's going to end up being the match, I don't know. Now, all that said, let's go ahead and tally up our points for tonight. I have 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So we are tied as of tonight. So 5 and 5 tie. Big O and Hot Sauce tied up. You've already got the L stamped on your forehead.
How?
You
How?
already have the L
Explain to me
stepped on your
how.
forehead.
Explain to me how.
Because I just know these things.
No, you don't.
You're going down just like every jabroni in history. Every jabroni in history, you're going down.
Every jabroni?
Every
jabroni. Okay. I'm going to show you by the end of WrestleMania.
All right, well, WrestleMania will be the date when that season ends, and we will find out who's in the lead. I imagine I will have crushed you long before then. In fact, you'll be digging your way out of your coffin as you're trying to come out and fight your way back. It's just not going to happen.
Man.
Just not going to happen.
I will win. You will do whatever the viewers say because you will lose. Now, my suggestion would be going to Buffalo Wild Wings and getting their hottest sauce. 6.
6 of them, huh?
6.
Doing that Reaper sauce challenge.
That's my suggestion. I'd say take that.
You know, if you offer the suggestion, you may end up having to do that.
Nah, my insides would.
Well, to all my Pepper Krewe mates out there, we thank you for joining us on this inaugural Wrasslin chat. I know we are competing against bowl games, things like that, and this is the first go round. I know most of you guys tune in for hot pepper content, and I promise you that stuff is still coming out. In fact, we got another episode coming out really shortly. Another episode of the lineup with my eldest son, Scott. That was going to be a really good one to watch. We should have some other off-the-shelf episodes coming up pretty soon. And so just stay tuned. If you have any wrestling friends out there, just get them to tune in. It's going to be a 20 to 30-minute show. And I'll also upload it on the YouTube page that you can go back and watch it later. You don't have to watch it live. But we just do this so we can stay in touch with the fans. If y'all ever want to pipe in on the chat, feel free to do so. If you haven't already, make sure you like, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Ring that notification bell and let us know that you care.
But I want to know something. Do y'all want to see a gaming series? Because I've been tossing that around, and I want to see if y'all want to have a gaming series on this channel.
Yeah, let Hot Sauce know if you want to see him play some games. Leave a comment down below what you think that the challenge should be, who the loser, what the loser has to do. Just leave some comments. Let us know that you're there. Let us know that you care. We love you. We'll see you again next time. And laissez le bon temps rouler.
See ya.
Deuces.